What's going on, everyone? It's Ben from YGO from Zero, back with another Retro Yu-Gi-Oh video, and back with another Wheel Wednesday video, although this video is being recorded on Thursday, so I guess it's a Wheel Thursday. Don't know a good sort of acronym or alliteration for that, but hey, people like this series, so I want to make sure it happens every week. And basically the series where I spin a wheel with a bunch of Retro Yu-Gi-Oh formats on them, and then I play a game or two in that format and see how I like it. It could be a format that I've played already. It could be a format that I've never touched in my life. Either way, I think it's a fun way to sort of dive into a lot of different points in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. So let's spin that wheel, see what we get here, see if it's anything good. And we get Shockwave format. Okay, I've never played this format, but that means that it's time to check it out on Format Library, see what they say about it. So upon further checking, it seems like Format Library does not support Shockwave format anymore. So yeah, we're going to spin the wheel again. It's been a bit since I've actually updated the wheel, so some of the formats that were on here are no longer around, but hopefully now this should provide us with the format we can play. And Warrior format is a format we can play. So let's dive into this one, pick up a deck, and play some great DM era fun formats. So if you don't know, Warrior format is the format best around SJC Columbus in February 2005, so right before GOAT format. It used the October 2004 ban list, which is quite different from GOAT format. A lot of people of the Trinity are not here. You don't have Graceful and Duo. You still have Pot, but you know, you also have some other power cards running around that are not in GOAT format that can be fun to play around with. Instead of Duo, you do have Forceful and Confiscation, which do seem like a downside to this format, but I actually think they're nice in sort of curbing the power of Chaos Turbo. We also have Painful Choice, which is a wild card to play around with, but it's very interesting here. Mirage of Nightmare is in this format as well, but this list, which was piloted to a top place finish by Corinna, is not playing that card. And I think it makes sense because only certain cards can really play Mirage of Nightmare, like, profitably. And if your deck can't really support Mirage of Nightmare, it's not really something that you want to be playing. So that seems crazy given how powerful Mirage of Nightmare is, but Warrior is not really a deck that can support it as much. Kind of need to be playing at things like Raigeki Break or stuff like that to really be able to, out it yourself. But it's just a, fun format overall, I think. In recent times, Science of Decay has been a matter of contention in this format, and it's sort of soured opinion on it from a variety of people. But my opinion's always been that I don't think Science of Decay is going to be a format ruiner if enough people play the format. I don't think it'll really be able to perform as well in major events. Now, you could just run into it just if you play singles, which we are just going to be diving into a match or two against people on the Discord. So, if we run Science FDK there, we run Science FDK there. It might not be that fun of a video. But I think overall, if you're facing against people who want to, play competitively in like a tournament or something, you're generally going to be facing non-Science FDK decks. But hopefully we can pilot this deck to a victory. I'm not going to really go through the card by card as much. Because, it's standard Warriors relatively. If you know what the deck does in GOAT format, you're probably going to be good at understanding what it does here, because it is very similar. So let's dive into some games and see how this deck actually does. Okay, we got a game with Jim Bob here. If you can get on the channel, always a pleasure to have them on. We're going to roll to see what we get. We're going to get paper. For some reason, I feel like I always get paper when or either paper or rock. I never roll scissors. So maybe it's just the way that I roll my die, but yeah, it's a pretty good opener. This would have been even better going first because we have Forceful, but it's not the worst thing here. It's been so long since I've played Warrior format. I was trying to remember what exactly I'm supposed to do here. Could fire Forceful now, but I kind of just like going for Breaker. Could be something just to use now. Save MSC for later. I could also just run out Warrior Lady, attacking in the set. Maybe MSC back. I'm gonna go for Breaker, see what that baits out. See if that's fine. Okay, looks like that will be fine. And I'm just gonna pop the back row. Okay, Saku. So I'm glad about that. You know what? I don't. It's not Morphing Jar. I'm not gonna play around Morphing Jar. I was gonna be like, I could just set Forceful because I'm gonna activate that either way. But yeah. We get punished, so it's Spy. That's gonna be a bit rough for us. Not unbeatable. We do have ways to get around Spy, but that is unfortunate. We could have gone for Force instead, especially if it was like Sangan. Then we would have been able to Force for whatever they searched out. But okay, looks like our opponent's playing Warriors as well. I think the most threatening thing here is definitely the BLS. So I'm gonna send that back. They've got Darks in rotation already, so yeah, I feel like BLS is a bit scary. They've got Mystic Sword in level 2, Dawn's Lug, and a Serpent. So those are good to know. Do I set the Judgment? I think I might set the Judgment, yeah. I'm going to set the Judgment, and I'm going to... I can set MST. I'll set MST in case they set an MST as well. If they go heavy here, I might just let it all die. Because, like, they top deck into heavy. What can you do? But they want to follow up for that after. Okay, that actually does clear the board here. Do I do it? Knowing their hand, yeah, I think I do it. I've got Solemn set up as well, so I'm just going to go Exiled, pop the Spy. I'm going to pay 8, feel great, and then bring this thing back. Yep, our opponent gets it. And now we're just going to attack him for 16. This might be a bit greedy with the pre-mats, but I know that they don't really have much defense here. I've got Solemn to stop whatever they might do. I got MST to hit their back row. Ooh, that is a light. I don't necessarily like that, but yeah, I'll take that. 100 damage there. This thing dies. I don't want to Solemn it because if they redrew into the BLS, like, that would be really bad for me. If, yeah. But I do have this DD Warrior Lady, so I'm just going to run that out, attack in for 15. Get in there, set the Saku, pass back. See what they do here. They're probably just going to go Ashura again. Heavy. Okay, now I think I do Solemn. I don't like it, but, like, yeah, I think I just want to Solemn that. Yep, that's fine. I'm just going to banish this, so I don't want to give them a light in grave there. I have Saku for later, so. Dusty is not the best. I could just set it because Heavy's gone, so I will set it. You know, just another bluff there. So they're probably going to summon on a thing, attack in. Oh, or just set something too. That works. Painful is interesting here. Painful is interesting. I think no matter what, I go for Painful to deck thin at the very least, but it's tricky to know what to get. So I'm going to go for Painful here. And I'm going to C5 that I want to send. It's so tricky with Painful in this sort of situation. I think Comfy's going to be one for sure. It's just so tough. I think I'm going to send a Comfy. I'm going to send a... Yeah, this is really tough. Because I want to basically give myself better draws here. So that's something to consider. I might just deck thin completely. I might just send some monsters, honestly. But I can't send the sets because then Mystic Sword level 2 gets in over them. You know what? Let's just go pure deck thinning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's send all those. I can get some value off of whatever they give me here, but it's like not going to be the best. Yeah, they're just going to give me heavy. That's perfectly fine. I will take the heavy. This is all for the purpose of deck thinning, basically. So, yeah, I'll leave this in hand because they know what it is, so no point to really commit into that. But if they've got double Dawn, that's annoying for me. But if they don't have double Dawn, I should be fine here. Yep, Dawn's fine. That's going to get Saku'd. They still have only Darks and Grave. End phase, I will just dust that. Get it out of the picture. It's a ring. Happy that I dusted that. And now I'll set a Saku. Pass back. So I feel like I'm in a good spot. I just need to draw into monsters, but that was part of why I went for the Painful, just to deck them. This is going to be rough for us. I think I do have to Saku this, and then, like, they can get BLS online, which would be obviously very unfortunate, but if they have BLS, they have BLS. You know, it kind of is what it is. Yeah, because either way, I'd have to clear that through that, so it's, like, not ideal. But anyways, I'm going to go for a Sasuke here. And I'm just going to try and hit into the set. Probably Serpent, I assume. Oh, it says Spy. Okay, I'll take 200 then. So I'm trying to think. I think they probably can have a BLS here, but we'll have to see what they've got. Yep. Breaker's fine. They are going to break the back row, so that's going to be an MST gone. And okay, they do have Change of Heart, so that will be lethal. Maybe I could have not committed the Sasuke into that, but I feel like I had to go aggressive. I had the Rito Serpent, so I thought I could get in. Yeah, maybe painful. Maybe painful was the thing that I shouldn't have done. I felt like deck thinning, especially when we're in that top deck sort of scenario where like we're just getting us better draws, was the right thing to do. And as you saw there, I went through my back row pretty quickly, so like having the heavy in hand for follow-up after that, I felt like was decent, but yeah, I might have been a bit too greedy there. Also too greedy with the Exiled Force earlier as well. That might have been a mistake there. But anyways, we are going first, so I'm definitely going to bring... Well, actually, Dust Shoot's not really that good against Warriors, so I'm not going to bring in the Dust Shoots. I will bring in a Kinetic or a Cypher Soldier, that is. That's what it's called in this format. Should I take out these Spies? Should I take out the Reaper? I feel like... Yeah, I don't know. Siding's always my weak point in a lot of these formats. I feel like they're not playing the same type of warrior list that we are. They're playing a bunch of different stuff as well. It didn't really seem like they were playing too many sets except for the Spies. But Spies... It's trickier. I think I'm going to definitely keep in the Sakus. I can take out... Probably Jing. They didn't really have much back row. That's the thing. They might be on a less back row focused version of this deck, right? So I think I'm going to put in... I like Book of Moon. Smashings can be good, but I feel like we can run over things with our monsters instead. I'm going to put in a Kaiku as well. I feel like Kaiku's decent. Wait, why didn't the Dust Shoots get... Oh, wait. Oh, because I you know, it's not good against Warriors. I forget sometimes what I say. But yeah. Let's just go for this and see how it goes. So this is a pretty good opener if they don't have Mystic Swordsman level 2. Okay, it became a bit worse, but we're still not in a terrible spot. So let's just go that. Do I really set a Solemn here? I don't think I set a Solemn. I gotta set something. I'm going to pro set heavy. Just going to do that. Because I don't want them to like just use Spawn Trap removal on the Solemn. I feel like Solemn's really good in the mirror match. That's really good. Oh, damn. Maybe I should have set Solemn. That's an incredibly good opener there. So they can use that to bring out another Spy of their own. They're going to bring out an attack position, so they're getting aggressive here. But I will take this because I don't have a choice. So I'll take 2 12s. Okay, and they're going to set one of their own and pass back. Okay, Dawn is very good here. I do like Dawn. I like the Dawn a bit. I think I'm going to go for the heavy now. Okay, they're going to ring. That's fine. I'll take that ring. And now I think I just go for Dawn over the Spy. Hit into that. It's going to be 200 damage that they're taking. And I will declare the effect. And let's just rip that one. Let's rip out the middle. They shuffled their hand already, so it's fine. And they are playing the Cypher Soldier there, so very glad I didn't attack in this set because that could be a lot of damage coming through. I think I just set the Solemn. I don't think I said anything else here. I guess I could set the Call. I'm worried about heavy, but like, should I be that worried about heavy? I'm just going to set the Call. It's going to be more options later, I think. Because if they get rid of the Dawn, then I want to be able to bring it back. But they might have another Cypher Soldier set, in which case that'd be bad. Yeah, that's fine. This also gives me a way to play around if that is a set Cypher Soldier. Because I can Snatch Steal their Kaiku and then do stuff with that. Not sure if I want to Snatch Steal their Kaiku yet, but it is an option, right? I think setting Spy is pretty good. So I think I'm just going to set the Spy and then pass. So let's see what they do here. That's perfectly fine. So they're going to run into that spy. Luckily, we still have the third spy in deck. We didn't draw into that one, so we'll be able to have 2 spies here. They're going to set 1, pass back. We could have set Dust Tornado. That could have been something that we did, but I feel like this is fine. Question is, if they've got a Cypher Soldier set, do I play into it by taking the Kaiku with the stat steal and then going from there? I don't think I do. I think, honestly, TT is not a bad option for us here. I'm just going to set TT. And, I'll set Dust as well. I'm just playing very, very much into heavy, but if they heavy the 3 cards we have here, then that probably would have been, yeah, that's fine. Because they're going to banish here, so. Yep, banish that. They still need a way to deal with the other spy that we have, though, so. That's why I'm just playing a bit slow, seeing what they do. I'm not going to commit the second Solemn Judgment there into anything. So I'm just going to do this, pass back, see what they do. They probably have some way to deal with our spy. They're going to set 1 and pass. Okay, so they are playing a bit into our TT here. I think I just leave things as they are, right? I don't need to set a Cypher Soldier, especially when they get Kaiku up. So I'm just going to pass. Okay, they're going to set 1. I think... Do I dust? I probably don't dust. I probably save it, so... Now I draw MST, so... Maybe I should have dusted there. I'm just going to set the MST pass. Partially to bait out dust, so... Sort of did its job there. I'm going to set another... This time I will dust. Okay, it was a dust. I draw Forceful. Do I use Forceful now, is the question. I'm not sure I do Forceful now. I think I wait on the Forceful. In case they get something good later. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a Judgment pass. Okay, they're setting another passing as well. We got a bit of a stalemate here. I don't feel the need to use Change of Heart yet. I don't think they've got, I mean, if they had Moth, they'd float Moth, get back Change of Heart, and potentially get aggressive there. So I don't need to play into that, I don't think. So I'm just going to pass. Rhoda? Yep, that's fine. So they can go for, a Exiled Force or something. Yep, there's the Exiled. I will TT that. Yeah. They probably have a Solemn back there. Oh, they don't have a Solemn. Okay. So yeah, very happy to get that gone. They've got no Lights engraved, so they can't do anything about that. And they're passing back to us. So I feel very good here. I think it's just run out the Cypher Soldier, potentially call the Haunt of the Dawn, and rip a card out of hand. I think that makes sense. Attack him with Cypher. They're going to Scapegoat. That's fine. I've got Tribe for follow-up later. So, yeah. I'm just going to... I could go for Forceful now. Do I care that they get back Sinister? Probably not. Kind of just don't want them to crack back on me here. Tricky stuff. They have a bit of a tough time actually getting over my guy here. Because if they're playing a bunch of warriors, obviously Cypher Soldier can stop that. But they're probably just going to set the Serpent. So I'll never really have a good opportunity of Forceful. I'm just going to go for Forceful now. See what I get. Okay, it's just Scapegoat and Cypher. I think, honestly, I'm going to send back Cypher because I can eat through the tokens. I can't eat through a defense position Cypher Soldier. So, especially with this tribe, right? So, I mean, I can eat through the Cypher Soldier with the tribe, but then I lose my Cypher Soldier. So I don't necessarily want to do that. So, yeah. And they're setting something, maybe the scapegoat, maybe not. I don't know if the best pitch is off tribe, though. That's the thing. I could just go for it, bait out the second goat, pitch like Saku. Yeah, I'll just go for it. No prio here. Because if they've got like TT or something, I don't want to play into that. But yeah, I will use this. Pitch the Saku. Get rid of those tokens. And then they'll activate the second one. It should be fine. Yep. I'm just going to eat into 2 of those. This might not be Warriors. This might be Goat Control, actually. I figured it was Warriors based on them playing Mystic Sword in level 2 in the main before. But yeah, I think I'm actually just going to pass here. I'm not going to use the tribe effect to pop those 2 remaining tokens. Not really a point right now, in my opinion. I mean, that's a great one. That is a really good one. So let's go pot. See if that goes through. We'll go through. Draw 2. And then I think what I do here... Could you try? I could just summon out something else, right? Plays a bit into like Mirror Force. I do have Salt. I've got Call actually for that, which might be the move there. Yeah, I'm just gonna play the Sasuke. See if that goes through. It will indeed go through. Okay. Now the question is, do they have Mirror Force? I think it might be worth a Saku if they've got Mirror Force, or not a Saku. It's Solemn if they get Mirror Force. But I'm just gonna play into it. I'm just gonna attack in. Okay, looks like that will go through. Will this go through? Looks like that will go through, and I'll attack in there. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to quite get lethal here if I'd popped all the tokens with like the tribes and stuff, but I feel like I'm in a very good spot here. So I'm just going to pass back, see what they do. Looks like they're getting back the Serpent. Meta would be bad here if they go meta, take the tribe. But it looks like they're not doing that. So we should have lethal here. Let's see. That is going to be 2950 plus 1800 is 37. I mean, yeah, this is lethal because we got Call the Haunted as well. So let's change of heart. Take control of that set monster. It's likely the Serpent, but either way, that's going to do that. So that's going to be game 2. If they're on Go Control and not Warrior, I mean, maybe they decided into the Scapegoats because it's kind of annoying for Warriors to eat through the Scapegoats, but I didn't really see many Warriors out of them. I mean, they are playing Rhoda, but I didn't see many beyond that. We saw a Sure Priest game 1, so it's been interesting. Do I keep in the Cypher Soldier? Maybe not. They could just be playing a Rhoda package in there as well. But I think Cypher's fine. I don't really want to bring in Swordsman. I feel like I didn't see enough of their monster that they'd be like setting to make that worth it. The Sure Priest could be good given that they're on so many goats. I don't hate a Sure Priest. I also can beat over Cypher Soldier. Man, this is tricky. Tricky to decide against, not exactly knowing what they're playing, right? Do I take out that last Dust Tornado? I don't think I do. Well, maybe I do. Maybe the deck's fine as it is. I don't know. Again, siding is not my strong suit, so that's a bit of a tricky thing as well. I think maybe I'd take out a Comfy, just because the late game is kind of bad, and it's like, it can be kind of weird. You don't really need 2 hand rips in there necessarily. So I might take out Comfy, put in the Assure Priest. That's what I'll do. And then we'll see how that goes. I don't know if this is the right thing. Again, I'm not really the best at siding, so any siding tips you can put in the comments down below would be helpful. But this also plays around things like Snatch Steal, Change of Heart, etc. So it's a bit better in this format than it is in Goat format and thing. But yeah, there's a Pot of Greed, drawing 2. They say Greed is good. Comfy, yep, so they do get to pick apart the hand a little. Question is whether they're going to send. It's a bit of a thinker for them. It's a bit of a thinker for me too. What would I send? I mean, it depends on what they have in their hand, obviously. But depending on what they send, it could also give us indication as to what they are, playing around with. If they send Saku, they might not have much spell and trap removal. I doubt they're going to send Saku, though, because our monsters are generally better. Oh, they did say it's Saku. Okay, so I don't think they have much spell and trap removal here. Because we don't have much spell and trap. So if they did have spell and trap removal, then they probably would have sent something else. But they could also just have Dust Shoots. If they've got Dust Shoot, though, we got a lot of good monsters in our hand. So, sending more than one could be good. But anyway, I'll go standby. See if they do a Dust Shoot. No Dust Shoot? Okay. I think what I do here, honestly, it's a bit rough. I don't have anything to moth back. If they moth back Pot, that's obviously really bad for us. I really don't want them to moth back Pot. I also don't want them to flip up Spy. So I'm just going to go Force. Okay, it's a Assailant. Okay, so I'm okay with that trade. Now, they could do, Dawn to Luke here, which would be bad. But it is what it is. If they hit the Snatch, I've got Moth at least to potentially get it back. But part of the reason why I kept it in Moth, by the way, as well, is even though I saw Mystic Sword in level 2 in their hand first game, is because I feel like you don't keep in Mystic Sword in level 2 against a Warrior deck, right? And our deck was very clearly Warriors, so... But yeah, no matter which they attack into here, whatever they rip, we have a monster that can at least get over the Dawn, potentially. So they're going to hit the Kaiku there. And that's ultimately going to be okay. It's not ideal, but it is something. Book of Moon, really good here. Very, very good. Yeah, that's a killer. Let's go for... Oh, do we go Snatch first or do we go Assailant first? I think I'm going to go Assailant. I've got Defense now if they TT the board. But it looks like they will not, so I'm just going to Snatch Steal the Dawn. And let's try and get in here. They could have Call the Haunted. But replay does exist in this format, so... Yeah, it looks like they're going to just, scapegoat there. That's fine. And now I think I set the book. If they've got heavy, I book down the Dawn, and I keep it. So that's something. But, yeah. I feel like this is a good board for us. Tricky thing. Okay, so they are going to go for the Sasuke there. They're going to attack into the Dawn. Am I okay with this? I want to get over the Sasuke, so I'm going to actually book over the Sasuke because this gives me ways to attack into it next turn. I can also Magician of Faith back the Book of Moon as well if they've got Mirror Force or something. I don't think they necessarily have Mirror Force, but... Smashing? Okay, so that will get rid of the Assailant. But we can still get rid of that Sasuke. And Forceful, that's really good for us. So yeah, let's just attack over the Grandmaster Sasuke. Main 2, activate Forceful Sentry. See what they've got there. See what they're cooking up. They've got a Sork, Exiled Force, and Smashing. They don't have a Dark Engrave. So they got Sork, Exiled Force, Smashing. They can get our Dawn Engrave multiple ways. So they can get the Sork online. But if I set Moth, they're going to Exiled Force the Moth probably. So, I might just send back the Sork. It's not pretty. I could send back Exiled too. I don't say sending back Exiled because they need a way to clear the Moth. They smashing the Dawn. And then they'd have to attack in the Magician. I can Snatch Steal the Sork and use that. I'm being too greedy, though. I think I need to send back the Sork. Yeah. I need to send back the Sork. It's going to put me in a simplified game state here because they go, smashing on Dawn, exiled on Moth. But it puts us both into, top deck mode here, so... they will have more life points and 2 go tokens, but I think it is the safer play overall. Yep, there's the Exiled, so they're going to Poff the Moth. There it goes. And then they're going to Smashing. Well, they might not even smashing the Dawn. They could just wait. Yeah, okay, it looks like they're going to wait. And we are just going to attack into a token. Might as well clear these while we can. And then main 2, we're going to set 1 pass. So they're just going to gain life here, but that's fine. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be nasty for us here. So they're going to go up to 3350. So we're taking 1950. So yeah, whoops, that's the wrong life point total. There we go. And we will indeed lose that Dawn, and they've got a really annoying monster there as well. So I feel like we don't need to dust right now, so we don't have to. And just set that pass. I don't necessarily want to hit into their smashing preemptively, but so I know one of those is smashing. You could just hit into it to prevent them from being able to use it later. So I think I will actually do that. I'm gonna hit into what I think is the smashing. I think that's the smashing round, and then flip that up. So they will take 500 there. Oh, 450. Yeah, because that is 1350 attack. And it's a bit annoying for them to get over here. So that's part of why I smashing rounded it. Ring is okay. It's not ideal for us, but it's not the worst. Yeah, they do have Light and Dark engraved, so that is a bit scary for us. They can top deck into something pretty easily, but Solemn is not bad. So we'll set Solemn pass. You can use that to stop a Chaos monster. That's probably what we will be using it for if they draw into that. TT also not bad. We can use that on a Chaos monster as well. So we're just going to keep setting our hand here. We're both walled up. They've got more life, so that's a bit scary. Let's ask if they're going to use Prio. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to TT this. Blow up the whole board. They could have a monstrous follow-up, but I doubt they do. Yep, and they do not. And Reaper is a pretty good one, so I'm just going to bring out Reaper. This will force them to do a response or just lose their card in hand. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, back to them. So we're just trading back and forth, going back and forth on our 1-for-1 trades here. And a Painful choice, I don't necessarily know what to get with Painful here, honestly. We're not playing Serpent in the deck. Is there anything I want to deck then? I don't quite know. I feel like all our cards are pretty good. We don't really have much spell and trap removal. It just reveals information, I think, as well. So I think we set it. And we just set it and pass, try and bait out a Dust Tornado, which we did. So, yeah, that was sort of the ideal situation. But yeah, very weird decision there. But I think it was ultimately a good one to make. I mean, then we draw into the monster that we would, be setting up a Chaos monster for. But we can still go for that Chaos monster. So that's what I will be doing here, I think. So yeah. Let's banish a light, and let's banish the Reaper as our dark because we can't bring that back. And go for a BLS in defense position. Clear that, try and get rid of the set. It's a spy, so I'm glad I did that. And now let's pass. They're going to snap steal our BLS. Sure. That's fine. They could banish it with its own effect. They're not going to do that, though, so I'm just going to ring it. And there we go. 3K down. That was a risk, but I think it was worth it to do. And we draw a second Solemn. So I didn't want to blind Solemn into the snap steal without knowing what else they had, but I think this was pretty good. And Blade Knight is a pretty good draw. So that guy is 2K. Can beat in every turn. Let's just beat in with 2K there. Yep. And back to them. Snap steal would be brutal, but we got Solemn for that. So that's something at least. Change of Heart, we've got to... sorry, not Snap Steal. Solemn, or Change, that is. And they're going to set another. Pass back to us. We draw Dawn. Nope. Gonna do it again. I think it's 413. Could be 412, but yeah. Gonna poke in there. Saku, that's fine. Main 2, I'm going to set this because I am at 412 life points, so I can't afford to not set it. I'm going to set one, pass back to us. Premat I can't use. So the question is, do I flip up and attack? What do they have left? They've got a variety of things that could potentially kill me here. So I don't necessarily want to do that. I feel like it's a bit too risky. So I'm just going to set that and pass. So let's see what they do. They're going to set another pass back to us. Change of heart, pretty good. I don't necessarily want to set that, so I'm just going to pass back to them. But we can use this later, potentially. Uh-oh, that's not good. Dust on our pre-mat. And then painful here. Okay. They're setting some stuff up themselves. Warrior Lady, Warrior Lady. And I'll probably give them Warrior Lady. If they have Call the Haunted, they win no matter what. So. Jinzo. So that implies they might have Call the Haunted, which is unfortunate. But again, if they've got Call the Haunted, they win no matter what. So I know that Snatch and yeah, I know that Snatch and Change are gone. I mean, they've also got Light and Dark set up here, so I'm just gonna give them Jinzo. Give them that. If they got Call the Haunted, they got Call the Haunted. They can sort of do something either way here. But yeah, they've got Light and Dark set up. So yep, that's gonna be. If it's BLS, then yeah, we lose. But they could potentially... Oh, they're going for the Banish effect. Okay, we will allow that. Okay, they do have Call on. So yeah. I was like, if they got Call on, they can go for like Exile. They can go for whatever and actually win. So yeah. GG. Yeah, I had the change for follow-up, but you know, the call was a bit too much there, so I couldn't do anything about that. But I could have changed Hearted the BLS and sort of like just banished it for a turn. Had it there, but yeah. So I think they were not on Warriors necessarily, or they were on like Chaos Warrior maybe. Because different Warrior decks can play like different stuff. I mean, you know, we didn't really play the Sorks and stuff because this was the winning list that we were playing with. And Sorks can be a bit bricky in the style of list. Like, you don't necessarily have access to most Lights and Darks, but if you do like a hybrid approach with like more controlling decks, then it could potentially work out for you. So either way, they're some very good games. And yeah, I mean, this is why I like Warrior format a lot. I think it feels like GOAT format. But it's just slightly different. So there's a bit, you know, if you're like tired of GOAT, if you're burnt out on Chaos Turbo, you can play it and get some games that you don't have to deal with Chaos Turbo. You can deal with like Warriors or, you know, GOAT Control or things like that. So a lot of fun stuff that you can do with it. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, definitely, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know how I should have sided, you know, and also any other thoughts about Warrior format. And if you like what you saw here, definitely subscribe to the channel. Head over to the YGO from Zero Discord server where I get games in these formats that I cover on the channel. And yeah, as always, big shout out to my patrons, Rinswin, Porkchop, Coon, Brent Narker, Tyler Compton, GeoMyFest, Dump Truck, Scout Zero, and Damon Hess. It means a lot that y'all supporting this way and encourage me to make more videos like this one in the future. But that's going to be it for today. And I hope you all had a good one. Peace.